All right, 431 Weather Impact Live. Happy Monday afternoon, everyone. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins.
And I'm 10 Tampa Bay Meteorologist James Gregorio.
And it's about ready to get chilly.
Yeah, winter finally arrives, I guess, right?
So we can't complain.
No.
We sat here all weekend watching 83 degrees out the window, right? Breezy, especially on Sunday and even out there today. But all that weather they had up north over the last several days is winding down now, and we'll show you that. But behind all of that is now the cold air, and that's what's been coming in through the area today, and that's going to give us a weather impact alert for tonight. Really, it's tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning as well.
Sunday morning.
And we don't get that much warmer beyond that.
No. It's not like we have a couple weather impact alerts and then we shoot right back up to where we usually
are.
Like we kind of do. Like we kind of normally do, but this is a little more prolonged. I mean, it's just not as cold, but it's also, there's not much top end.
Yeah, and then you mentioned Sunday because we're going to do it again. And so what this is for the cold. So when we issue a weather impact alert for cold, it's generally meaning temperatures are down to around freezing. At least some parts of the area will be at or below freezing. I don't think Tampa is Tuesday or Wednesday, Tampa itself. We're going to have to watch Sunday morning, as it really could be chilly.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but you end up with an area of high pressure. It looks like sort of in the Tennessee, like lower Tennessee Valley almost. Yep. And I think that wraparound is just going to drain in a couple things. And there might be a few flakes and flurries draining into the panhandle.
We know we have cold air coming in across the Central Plains, down the Great Lakes, and down into the Tennessee Valley, like you said. But there's also going to be a low pressure develop along the East Coast. We think off the Carolinas. And it will depend on how strong that is as to how much cold air we get. And we'll show you that coming up. That's this weekend. So let's talk what's happening right now, all right? Temperatures have been falling all day.
All day.
It was 70s this morning.
Yeah, I went to the gym this morning. It was nice and muggy. And literally, I did less than an hour workout. I get out of the gym, and I was like, oh, here. I noticed a difference.
Yeah, one of my sons is sick, so he stayed home today. Okay. The other one went, and I was able to convince him, which is a win for me, to take a sweatshirt with him because he's going to need it on the way home. And
he finally listened.
Finally did it. All right, so take a look at
You beat him down. You won.
Yeah, fine. Well, it's a battle.
Little battle.
It's not the war, it's the battle,
true.
right?
It's true.
So freeze warning. Let's talk about that. Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus County have freeze warnings for tonight. Okay, so cold shelters are open, that type of thing up there. This is nothing new now. We've had this in the last month and a half. We've had it several times now. But outside of that, temperatures are expected to stay above freezing, but just barely, mid to upper 30s. Okay, so it's going to be a cold night tonight. That's why you see that light blue there. That's what's called a cold weather advisory. That's for the chilly temps, including some wind chills that are going to be down into the 20s for tomorrow morning. These are the wake-up temps tomorrow.
Yeah, those are actual wake-up temps.
The actual temps, yep. So 37 in Tampa, Carrollwood, 34, Newport Richey, that's cold. But notice as you get into northeastern parts of, Dade City is going to be below freezing, but just barely.
Yeah.
Strawberry growers, though. Kumquat out there in Dade City, Plant City, obviously strawberry growers, where all those areas are going to be a very close eye on it. It looks like the strawberries along the I-4 corridor will be okay, all right? But the further north you get, and the kumquats we'll have to watch. Dade City, we're thinking 31 degrees, and those kumquat growers generally think 27. They can't, I don't know if it's below 27 or if they can handle 28 or they can handle 27, but that's kind of the magic number for them. And I don't see that right now.
Right, which is good. Now, I also heard, being new to the area, those colder temperatures are actually good for strawberries.
For strawberries?
Yes, for strawberries. Yes.
Yeah. It is not a bad thing.
No.
35 is not terrible.
Right.
Right?
Just as long as they don't freeze.
As long as they don't freeze.
Yeah.
And then the thing about that is depending on where the plant is they don't want the flower to freeze because that's what's eventually going to make the strawberry. But then for the ones that already have the berries on it now, that will make them sweeter. So that's a good thing for that. But for everything else, we talk a lot about farming, but most of us are not farmers.
No, but we like strawberries, though.
And it's going to be cold for us tomorrow morning. It will be dry, that's the good news, but definitely on the cold side. Wind chills will be a little bit less than that. I don't expect a lot of wind left over tomorrow morning, but there'll be a breeze. And then look at this. That's it. Tomorrow afternoon, only in the mid-50s for highs. 71, almost 72 is average for this time of the year. So we're talking 15 almost degrees, 20 degrees below average. Yeah, it's going to be a chilly one. Should be sunny. So that kind of brings in the big picture here. These are the temperatures up above the ground just a little bit. And you can see the cold air that's coming in now. Okay, that's tomorrow. It basically sticks around as we go all the way through the week. Okay, so we just stay chilly, but you can see that cold air coming across Chicago.
It just keeps reloading. You know, it just doesn't stop.
Well, look how wide this is. I mean, at 5,000 feet, we've got temperatures below freezing for over 3,000 miles.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 2,700, 2,800,
Close
because I
enough.
go all the way back.
Yeah.
There. But that is a large pool of cold air.
It just keeps pivoting. I mean, there's no end to it.
And then look at this one. That's the real cold
That's
stuff.
the real
it's over
Arctic
1,000
air.
miles wide.
Yeah.
That is pure Arctic air. It's actually warmer. Tomorrow morning, it will be about 36, 37 here in Tampa. Fairbanks, Alaska will be about 36, 37 degrees for a low temperature. So that is saying
Right,
something,
well, there you go. Well, also, we should point out the reason for that is look at that big ridge on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So Fairbanks is staying in the warm air. Everything on the western side of the United States is staying on that warm air. And we've seen this setup all winter long, that big ridge in the west. And the trough, it just digs and digs and digs in the east. And it's just different periods of how much further south it makes it. And it's just like, just doesn't, you know, that gone is that ridge trough ridge pattern, if you will. So gone is that omega, no omega blocking this at all.
This started in, well, you got to look out towards Greenland and over towards Iceland, those areas where the block is. And that's come down a little bit, but the pattern is to the point where it's doubled down.
Yeah.
Not quite double, but you know what I mean. Like, you're doubling down in the casino.
Unrelenting.
We're going to keep doing this. And that started in December, and it just hasn't stopped.
No.
So now we're going through the end of the month. We'll be into February by that time. I do think after that, once we get in the first week of February, we'll slowly start a little bit of warming trend, but there's going to be some even colder air coming in. Watch this. That is February 1st. Look at that. Let me back up. I'm going to erase this.
I mean, you know, granted, there's no purple there, or magenta, whatever color you want to call that.
Right.
You know, but that's still, I mean, so really cold air making that 540 line is probably going to be in Tallahassee.
Yeah, well, no, probably lower than that. Yeah. And probably close to us.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. We'll be close to freezing. The thing is, what he's talking about, the 540 line, and that's kind of what we're showing you
or
here.
Sort of unofficial freezing line.
Exactly, at 5,000 feet, basically, is where it finds. So, and that, I think that's the blue, the dark blue here. So what this is mean everything on this side is below freezing at the surface. Just if you took all the surface stuff out and you said, all right, underneath this, that's where we typically find temperature. So just above freezing on this side of this line. That line's almost to Miami. Almost. Now, here's the thing. We're surrounded by water, basically, here on the peninsula on 3 different sides. So if we have any westerly wind, which we will, we will have the water saving us.
Exactly.
All right? But this is showing you cold air. And what you need to know is more than anything else, because the devil's in all the details of all this, we have not seen it this far south like that this season yet. So this would be the coldest that we've seen so far.
That's the most
go back
aggressive.
And, I think the last couple of months and how our cold snaps, this one will be colder.
Also, typically one of the coldest parts of the year. I mean, January is usually the coldest month.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is right in that. I mean, it's not like it's March or April or whatever. So that cold air has just been unleashed. During
La Nina years here in Florida, we tend to see our better chance of seeing freezing temperatures all the way down into Tampa in February. It's just the way it works. It seems, and it correlates pretty well with La Ninas. This is February 1st. So I mean, we're by the skin of our teeth, but usually it's actually towards the second or the third week. When you think you're almost out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Surprise, surprise. Or maybe not surprise, surprise.
Yeah, right? So that right there, guys, that is the coldest signal we've seen. That is the Saturday and Sunday. And does anybody know if we have anything going on this weekend?
I heard there might be a little piratey event going on.
Oh, my goodness.
Mr. Gaspar is going to make a cameo.
Jose is on his way.
Jose is on his way
already for the kids.
Yeah, I think he is. He's just going to hang out.
Yeah.
He's got a little spot out in the bay.
He's got
up.
He's got a nice boat.
Exactly.
He's got. So here are the forecast high temps for this week. Let's take a quick break real quick, and then when we come back, we'll kind of dive into these. And I want to show you the low temperature forecast as well. We'll do that right after the break.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips, and Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40 today.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
All right, welcome back. Let's get back to those temperatures, and we're going to talk about one of the chilliest weeks that we've seen here in some time, because it's 2 different shots of cold. Or, I guess it would be 2. But it's decent cold too. It's not just like a milder break, and then we're actually going to be looking at temperatures probably staying in the 50s for the next couple of days.
Sunday high temperature.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, well, that's the second one. So you
right,
can
that's
see
so kind of the reinforcing or reloading of the cold, I guess.
Here's the first one, and then Friday night late, we have some rain coming through with a cold front, and that's going to be important because the very next morning is Gasparilla, or at least 2 o'clock, I think, is when the parade starts. But everybody's, I know we're up there, and we're out on the route close to 8 o'clock in the morning, or at least down there. I know a lot of folks are. So that is going to be very interesting to see if that front can get through here. And in just a few minutes here, I'll show you the forecast model. But it's going to be a chilly Gasparilla, for sure. 56 is the GFS high. That's going to be as warm as it's going to get. It's going to be chillier than that. And with the front coming through, it's probably going to be pretty breezy as well. And not a lot of sunshine, at least initially. In fact, it may just be like it was today. In fact, it very well could be exactly like it was today, except colder. So that's Gasparilla. But at this point, it does look dry. So that's good.
Yeah, there's that. It's close.
So then you look at Saturday night into Sunday. The moisture, of course, is pushed out, okay? And that's the good news, because we've got the outdoor game Sunday evening at Raymond James for the NHL game, Lightning versus Bruins, right?
The Stadium Series.
Stadium Series. Yeah. So initially, what's today? Monday, Friday, and Saturday, or at least Thursday and Friday, I guess. The models were saying that the front coming through, the ones coming through Friday night, Saturday morning, would likely be Sunday evening.
Oh, okay.
And it was raining. And we were talking about on Friday, we said, look, that's actually good news, because Friday to the next Sunday, that's a long way in time for forecasting. And if you have the rain right on top of you when you need it to be dry that far out, that's a good sign, because the odds of it staying right there the whole time are very, very slim. Yeah.
There's 2 chances, slim and none.
Right. So this is, we got to keep, we're
never none. But
never none for us. CYA,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But right now, it looks like it wants to stay clear. Here are those overnight lows. So these are basically the wake-up temperatures each morning. The wake-up temp Saturday morning, that number is actually right after midnight.
Yeah.
We'll see. But we might be in the 40s, I think, in the morning, then barely make the mid-50s, come right back down. But then you can see we're back into the cold. Now, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. A week and a half, basically, of cold air before we really start to warm things up a little bit. So this is Wednesday morning's wake-up temperatures. That's only a degree warmer, if anything, for most areas from tomorrow morning.
Right.
So both Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning, we have our weather impact alerts. Again, our way of giving you kind of a heads up of what to expect.
Yeah, you might have to scrape a little ice off the windshield, when you're close to 30s, a little frost. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean,
Pasco, Hernando, Citrus County, we'll see some of that over the next couple of mornings. It is cloudy out there. These are the low clouds that are being picked up from the cooler air. You can see the temperatures. I mean, it's 72 in Sebring right now. They've had sunshine.
They have.
The folks along and west of I-75 especially, but especially the US 19 corridor and even Manatee County.
They've done well.
We've had clouds.
Right. And I don't think it's been as breezy out there either. So
east of there, it's been sunny. Along and west of I-75, including the US 19 corridor, that's where we've had the clouds. That's the coastal sections, and that's where we've been in the low to mid 50s, and we're basically going to be falling down. It's kind of tough to see. Let me show you a visible satellite. Those clouds are not coming from Florida. Those clouds are the cold air coming across the relatively warmer Gulf water, and it makes cold air cumulus, we call those. They're very low clouds. You go up above them, and it's sunny as can be. Right? And they don't last very long over the land because the land heats up with a little bit of sunshine, and that's why inland locations had the sun that's out there
you can see
today.
just skimming the coast, and that's why areas like Sebring and further inland
72.
have done really well today in
That's nice.
sunshine. Yeah, it's great.
Here's the forecast for tonight. We're coming down through the 50s pretty quickly, by the way, and then 40s well past midnight. But there'll be lots of folks that are past down into the upper 40s by about 9 o'clock tonight. But near the water, it'll be just a little bit warmer. Again, there are wake-up temps tomorrow morning, 37 in Tampa, 42 in St. Pete, 30 in Brooksville, 31 in Dade City, 38 in Lakewood Ranch and Sarasota, 40 in Bradenton. Plant City in the mid-30s, as we were mentioning. And tomorrow's lots of sunshine. It's a great day.
Yeah, it looks good.
But it'll feel decent in the sun.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
This is nothing like what they had up north.
Exactly, that's true.
So mid-50s for high temperatures for tomorrow. Again, 71's average for this time of the year. And then look at the wind tomorrow. You can see it's blowing pretty good out of the north, and then it'll go around to the northeast around 15 to 25 knots. It will actually come down a little bit in the evening. Not a lot in the afternoon, I should say, but it will come down a little bit. The morning will be bumpy. If you got to do something, the afternoon hours are the better time. Now, here's the big picture. Let's talk. I want to show them the European model in that storm and why it's going to be able to pull the cold air down here. So what you're seeing here, all the winter watches, right? Most of the blue that you see here is all temperature-related stuff, very cold, right? That's what we have here and here. That's what most of this is. The pink is basically the precip stuff, okay?
What's left of the winter storm warnings.
And there's not much left, right? But there is still, I mean, look, there's still a little bit of snow up there.
A little bit down East Maine, into the Cape, Boston.
Boston's over a foot.
Yeah.
I mean, they got some really good snow up there.
Go skiing in Vermont, New Hampshire.
Yeah, good time for it.
Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Now, this is going to change a little bit. I want to tell you that. So we're going to show you this now, and then we'll keep showing you this every afternoon. In fact, all of our shows basically will be showing this to you. But this is the rain forecast for 1 a.m. Saturday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, okay? This, unfortunately, is what we want.
Yeah.
This is the best case scenario because we can get it while everybody's sleeping
overnight,
for the most part.
right? Gets that in and out.
But unfortunately, because it's today's Monday,
right.
and that's Saturday.
It's either gonna slow down or speed up.
It could slide a little bit. Hopefully, it stays where it is. But here's the other side of that: Saturday morning, 10 a.m. It's clearing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, we'll probably have quite a few clouds around, but the rain will be clearing. Now, you see all these lines here. These are mean sea level pressures. They're isobars, and they represent a certain pressure, okay? There is a low developing here. And when you see these real close like this,
it's windy.
You get a lot of wind. Watch what's happening. Look at this low.
Oh.
So if that forms like that, it pulls down all this cold air on the wind. And the more wind, the colder air it can pull down.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're thinking Sunday's barely getting out of the 40s.
Right. So the other side of that equation is, it's a kind of a two-part process. You got high pressure, in south of Memphis, if you will. So the distance, the pressure gradient, the distance between the pressure between the pressure difference between the high and the low
right
is
here,
pretty substantial.
high right here.
Right. So and therefore that's helping to create that wind belt, and you're seeing that on the backside, especially of that low, which is. Funneling those winds into Florida.
So again, as we always say, how the models will change this so far out in time. This is the main reason why we're expecting the coldest air of the season so far this weekend. So we're going to have to watch this. This may go away on the models. They may not develop a coastal storm on the next model runs. We're going to try and take a quick break right here. We might be back with you with their 7-day.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.